With Thomas Partey set to go to the African Cup of Nations and Granit Xhaka currently out until January, Mikel Arteta's options in central midfield are looking very light. So will Arsenal use the upcoming transfer window to sign a brand new central midfielder? Also, what's the latest update on Dusan Vlahovic's potential Arsenal transfer, and what has Gabrielle Martinelli's father revealed about his Arsenal future? As per, let's find out the latest Arsenal news today. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Baz14 and welcome back to your boys channel. As per, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and also while you guys are down there, please do consider subscribing to your boys channel as well. But getting into the Arsenal news and starting off with Arsenal's central midfield. Now when it comes to central midfielders, Arsenal already have quite a few at the club. You've got Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Albert Sambi-Lokonga, and of course you also can't forget the Egyptian king in Mo El-Neni. But when it comes to standout experience options, you only really have Xhaka and Partey that stand out. And out of both of those players, Granit Xhaka right now is out until January, and Thomas Partey is nursing a groin injury and will also be unavailable in January as he's going to the African Cup of Nations. And so in terms of Mikel Arteta, I don't think it's going to be a surprise if Arsenal dip their hands into the transfer market to sign a brand new central midfielder. But could that player be a certain Tyler Adams? Well, according to Sport Bild today in Germany, Arsenal are interested in Tyler Adams, and the player has a €40 million release clause in his contract. Talk to me about 22-year-old US international Tyler Adams. Well, this, my friends, is a player that Arsenal have held previous interest in, because as the Athletic confirmed back in the summer, Mikel Arteta was a keen admirer of the 22-year-old US international, as one of the appealing factors about Adams is the fact they can play as both a right back and a central midfielder. Now of course, in terms of right back, since then Arsenal have signed a certain Takehiro Tomiyasu, but in terms of central midfield, Tyler Adams so far this year for RB Leipzig has played there as his predominant position. But then again, a price tag of €40 million, is Tyler Adams worth that sort of money? Well, in terms of profile of player, as described by former RB Leipzig sporting director Ralf Rannick, he says, "I see him similarly to Joshua Kimmich in central midfield as a 6 or an 8. I see his potential as very high. The sky is the limit. As long as he maintains his mentality and he won't lose it, I don't see any limits." Now in terms of Ralf Rannick, this guy is one of the most highly rated people in the world of football. So the fact that he's openly compared their Tyler Adams to a top world-class central midfielder like Joshua Kimmich, it seems as if Mikel Arteta and Arsenal could be onto something here. In terms of Tyler Adams' current contract at RB Leipzig, it is set to expire in 2025. But of course, as Sport Bild have pointed out, he does have a €40 million release clause. And so the fact that Arsenal already have previous confirmed interest, and also the fact that Arsenal love a release clause, as you guys might remember back in the summer of 2020, Thomas Partey deadline day, when it comes to release clauses, all you gotta do is activate, no negotiations with the club, and the player is all yours. But overall, in terms of your boy's opinion, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have not watched Tyler Adams play as many games as I'd like to, but with him being from the US of A, I'm sure there's a lot of US Arsenal fans. So to the guys that have watched Tyler Adams play on a consistent basis, let me know your thoughts down below. Is he a player that you guys want to see Arsenal sign? This video has been kindly sponsored by the guys at OneFootball. OneFootball is the app when it comes to staying up to date with the beautiful game. Now whether that be staying up to date with the latest transfer news, maybe staying up to date with the team's latest fixtures, or even things like lineups, goal alerts and live match updates. To put it simple, if you are a fan of football, you need OneFootball. Well, that sounds amazing, Babs, but how much does this app cost? Well, this is the beauty of OneFootball. You can access all their great features for the price of absolutely nothing. Yes, the app is available for free, and so make sure to hit the first link down below in the description and download the OneFootball app. Not only do you guys get access to a great app, but you're also helping your boys channel out massively, so for that, a gargantuan thank you from me to you. Keeping it on the central midfielders, what about a certain Franck Kessie? Well, according to the Mirror, Manchester United and Arsenal are interested in Franck Kessie and hope to sign him as a free agent. At 24 years of age, Franck Kessie is in the peak of his powers at AC Milan, and with him balling in this area, of course AC Milan are desperate to extend his current contract, but so far so the player and clubs are yet to agree terms. And so with that being the case, and Kessie being a top player available potentially on a free transfer, of course the likes of Arsenal are always going to be interested. In terms of the type of player, in terms of the type of midfielder that Kessie is, he's a very secure midfielder when it comes to defensive phase, passing and also carrying the ball out to the back, and he's also a pretty decent penalty taker as well. I think Edu Gasper and Arsenal see a potential opportunity here. And saying that, of course, there is a little catch here, my friends. Franck Kessie, of course, plays for the Ivory Coast. And in terms of the Ivory Coast, of course, they're going to be a part of the African Cup of Nations. That means even if Arsenal were to sign Kessie as soon as January, unfortunately the player would be unavailable. With Thomas Partey already going to AFCON, likewise Melneny, Granit Xhaka not fully fit either, I won't be surprised if Arsenal unfortunately have to pass up on Franck Kessie. But of course, if it came down to you guys, is Franck Kessie a player that you guys want to see Arsenal sign? Keeping it on the transfers, what about Dusan Vlahovic? Well, on the latest update from Fabrizio Romano, he says that Arsenal are still in the same position for Dusan Vlahovic. He's appreciated, but there's no conversation ongoing with his agents. The Gunners know he is in the list of many clubs and it's more than complicated. And Fiorentina wants 70 to 75 million euros fee to sell Vlahovic in January. So Fabrizio Romano has once again confirmed that as much as Arsenal appreciate the player, they are yet to enter any sort of negotiations with Fiorentina, the club, the player, or even his representatives. But then saying that, a certain Charles Watt said a lot of talk about Vlahovic in Arsenal, but his understanding of the situation is there's been no negotiations and he is not a target. So on one hand, you have Fabrizio says that Arsenal appreciate Vlahovic. On the other hand, a UK-based Arsenal source in Charles Watt saying that Arsenal are not even looking at Vlahovic in the first place. It seems as if your boy's initial suspicion has come true. And for me, this has the name of Dusan Vlahovic's agent written all over it. It looks like he is pushing narratives out to the media, especially in the Italian press, and he's trying to use Arsenal's name to get himself a bit more money. But in terms of you guys, what do you guys make of Vlahovic in the first place? And do you guys believe that he is the centre forward that Arsenal should be looking to sign in the first place? Because in terms of your boy, for me, I have other options in mind. Osimhen, Calvert-Lewin, even Isak for me stand out in your boy's personal opinion. But keeping it in this area, do Arsenal have their eyes set on a certain Swedish winger? Well, according to Gianluca Di Marzio, Arsenal have their eyes set on Juventus winger Dejan Kulusevski. And in terms of Gianluca Di Marzio, normally this guy is pretty reliable, but as you guys would have just learnt with the whole Dusan Vlahovic saga, this could once again be the agent of Kulusevski pushing news into the media. But you also have another Italian source in Tutto Mercato Web who say Tottenham want to sign Juventus' winger, but it seems as if he's destined for Arsenal for around 30 million euros. Kulusevski to Arsenal, as decent as it sounds, I just don't think Arsenal need him, because in terms of type of player, Kulusevski is this creative type of attacking midfielder winger, and Arsenal already have that with Emil Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka. And if anything, if Arsenal did want to sign a sort of winger, it'd be more of a goal scorer, maybe like a Raheem Sterling, than a Kulusevski creative type of player. By no means am I saying no to the player, I just don't think it's the profile that Arsenal require. And talking about a certain Raheem Sterling, in an exclusive report today, apparently Man City value Sterling at £45 million and are open to signing the player. Now, by no means am I saying that Arsenal are gonna sign Raheem Sterling, but for £45 million, this, my friends, is a perfect opportunity. Now, first things first, I need to make it clear, if Arsenal want to sign a player the caliber of Sterling, I think the first thing that Arsenal need to do is get back into the Champions League. But let's just have a little bit of fun and say hypothetically, Arsenal were to do that. Then for me, Arsenal should be all over a player like Raheem Sterling. After all, this is a player who apparently had a very close relationship with the current Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta. And during Arteta's time in Man City, just have a look at Sterling's stats. 53 goal involvements in 2019, only bettered by Lionel Messi above Lewandowski, Mbappe and Sergio Aguero. Raheem Sterling would add goals to our team, he's a level raiser, and ultimately he is a world-class and proven player that would be great for the Arsenal dressing room. But what do you guys make of Raheem Sterling, and at £45 million, is he a player that you guys would like to see Arsenal sign? Okay, then moving on, let's discuss a certain Gabrielle Martinelli. I call him Pele's godson, he's Arsenal's Brazilian star boy, but today we have quotes from the father of Pele's godson, the father of Gabrielle Martinelli. As João Martinelli has confirmed that there have been proposals from Europe, but Arsenal have already warned them they will not sell Gabrielle Martinelli. So the father of Martinelli has confirmed that there have been offers for his son from clubs around Europe, and the fact that he hasn't specified that it's a loan transfer says to me there could have been some permanent offers as well. But for me, what I absolutely love to see is the fact that Arsenal have responded with a big fat no, Gabrielle Martinelli is going nowhere. And even when it comes to loan transfers, as Mikel Arteta said only a few weeks ago, I am really happy with him and we are not thinking about anything like that. I think us Arsenal fans need to accept when a player is 19 or 20 years of age, stage. If he's not playing minutes, by no means is it the end of his career and he's out of favour and he's finished as a player. These players are simply developing, they're getting better with experience and training behind the scenes. And overall for me, us Arsenal fans have to accept that his time is most certainly gonna come. But the fact that Aubameyang is going to AFCON as well, likewise Nicola Pepe, I think Arsenal are most certainly gonna keep Gabrielle Martinelli, and in my opinion his time is most certainly gonna come. According to Core Sport in Italy, Callum Chambers has been offered to AS Roma by intermediaries. Another bit of transfers news, this is becoming Transfers FC. But in terms of Callum Chambers, of course, his Arsenal contract is set to expire at the end of the season, and so far so there have been no signs on Arsenal's behalf that they want to extend Callum Chambers' contract. But what do you guys make of Callum Chambers, and would you guys be against selling Chambers as soon as the January transfer window? A massive congratulations to young Folarin Balogun, who scored his first England under-21 goal yesterday. Balogun is at it again at the under-21 level, scoring goals for Arsenal and for England. I think it's time for him to get some first team experience. And it's not just me who thinks that, as England's under-21 boss Lee Carsley says the Arsenal starlet must go out on loan to test himself. Come the Jan transfer window, if Arsenal could potentially loan him out, maybe into the Championship or even to a lower Premier League team, any sort of first team professional minutes is just going to be fantastic for the experience improvements of Folarin Balogun. But if it came down to you guys, what club would you guys like to loan at Folarin Balogun? What league, what club, who are we saying? As per, let's discuss down below in the comments. Okay, then let's move on to the other Arsenal news today. As Arsenal say, with 4 games, 2 clean sheets, 1 man of the match and 60% of the votes, Arsenal's player of the month in October is Aaron Ramsdale. Even though Gabrielle, Aubameyang, ESO were all fantastic, you know what, your boy is not going to disagree. And here's a stat for you guys, Aaron Ramsdale has the best save success rate in all top 4 divisions for England this season, with an 84.4 save success rate above the likes of Edouard Mendy. For me, you have to give massive credit to Mikel Arteta, who was persistent on signing Aaron Ramsdale, that despite most Arsenal fans and most pundits alike saying Ramsdale wasn't that guy. So far so, as Rambo has proven, my friend, certainly he is that guy. Japan beat Vietnam 1-0 with Tomiyasu starting as left centre back and keeping a clean sheet. That's now 7 clean sheets for Tomiyasu for club and country so far this season. Takahiro Tomiyasu's at it again, just a solid 7 out of 10 player, consistently putting in underrated performances. Once again, it was Mikel Arteta who pushed for this player over a certain Emerson Royale, and once again, so far so at least, is looking to be proven right. And even Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scored a penalty for Gabon to put them 1-0 up. So it looks like Aubameyang can score penalties, just not for Arsenal, but for Gabon, it's no problem. But you know what, once again, fantastic for the confidence of Pierre. And even though it wasn't his best performance against Watford, overall for me, I cannot fault the commitment of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for Arsenal so far this season. Here's a stat for you guys, out of the 9 youngest Premier League starting lineups this season, Arsenal have 9 of them. I will not lie to you guys right now, I am trying my hardest not to get overexcited, but the fact that Arsenal have the youngest team in the league and they are already showing so many promising signs under Mikel Arteta, these players are still so inexperienced, they're only going to get better with time, and the potential right now is crazy. But in terms of potential for Arsenal this season, now that you guys have seen the Arsenal first team play for around 9 or 10 games consistently, where do you guys think that Arsenal are going to finish in the Premier League come the end of this season? Is it top 4 or is it top 5, top 6, title charge? Alright, let's stop being that shameless. But that is the video there. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and also do subscribe to your boy's channel if you guys are new. If you would like to follow your boy on them social medias, then as per, the links will be down below in the description. But that was the latest Arsenal news today, basically Transfers FC, transfers galore, international break, it is what it is. But I will see you guys soon. Keep safe, keep smiling, and elevate.